bad. Yeah, so I was talking to her about the assignment. I've gone over everybody's assignment and I see that you guys did great. You also gave the right access level. But Doris, on the other hand, she forgot that particular step. So she forgot to change the access level. She forgot to change the access level. Did you guys go over everybody's assignment? The essence of posting the assignment is on the group is so that all of us can go over it together. You may learn something. In fact, you always learn something from somebody else's point of view. That's why I wanted us to paste the assignment on the group so that we can learn from each other. So it's very important that you read other people's assignment as well so that you can understand from, there may just be something that they will say that will give you clarity or insight into something else. You get that kind of a thing. So yeah. And going over the assignment, it made me realize that perhaps, because yesterday when I was talking about the Google Drive, you guys gave me the idea that you understood everything I was saying. So I didn't bother going into a lot yesterday, but we're going to take today to go over Google Drive very well. I'll explain every step and show you guys. There may be something that you think you know, but you discover that you don't know, or you've been doing it wrong all along. Another thing I want to address, matters arising, is that Steph asked a question in the group yesterday and nobody responded to that question. In fact, I was just waiting to see if somebody will respond to that question and help her to find a solution to the issue. But nobody said anything up till now. Nobody has responded to that question. And it's really, really, I don't want to use the word sad, because you remember yesterday I emphasized on collaboration and emphasized on putting yourself out there by being interactive in the group, answering questions, just be active and let us know that you're active. So I was really surprised that one of you needed something or needed clarity and nobody could come through for the person. It's one of two things. Either you guys didn't understand how to help her, or you didn't know how to help her with the issue, or you guys just didn't care enough to say something about it. So again, I want to reemphasize the importance of being active on the group. I want to emphasize the importance of trying to answer questions on the group. If somebody has a problem and paste it on the group, I would expect that somebody should be able to have an answer to that question to help that person. Now, by putting yourself out there, even if you're not sure, just say something. You're okay. If you say something, so give me an idea of where or how you people understand what I'm saying so far. So say maybe somebody pastes a question on the group and maybe 5 people respond or 10 people respond. Even if all the answers are incorrect, let's just assume all the answers are incorrect. It will give me an idea that, okay, oh, you people don't understand what I'm saying, so I need to go over it again. Do you guys understand? So it's important that you are interactive on the group. If somebody drops a question, respond to that question. Respond to it how you understand it or how you know it. Again, you cannot be scared to say something because you think it might be wrong. It's better you say that wrong thing than not saying it at all. It's much, much better you say that wrong thing than not saying it at all. So I don't know if Steph is here yet. She's not here. Or he's not, I don't know, because the name is Steph Brown, so I'm thinking it's a she. So she had an issue with her Google Chrome. Not her Google Chrome. She was trying to share the document and she used this feature here, which I explained yesterday. Now, other than this, there are several ways you can share a document with somebody. So we're going to go into that today. But she, according to the video she sent, she used this feature here to try to share the document. So I think when she clicked on share, this option didn't come out, something along that line, because I don't know whether she later saw this function, but ordinarily it should have come out. So it's one of two things. Either her network was not good, or I feel like no matter how terrible the network is, at least this function should come out. So either her network was not good, or what? Network, because I can't say that. I cannot say she was obviously using a desktop, a laptop rather. So it's not possible that we can say her Google Drive is outdated or anything, because it automatically updates, right? It should automatically update. So I'm sure she was able to find a way around it later on, because it's something that should pop up if you click here. Now, other than clicking here, you can always open up the document as so, like this. And when you open up a document like this, you can share individual files, or you can share the folder, this whole folder. Now, talking about folder, let's go back to the beginning and look at the features available to us in Google Drive. Let me start from here. Can you guys hear me? Are you guys following me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we are. Thank you.
Now, does anybody understand why, if you open your Google Drive, do you see, say, assuming you have a picture on your Google profile, do you see this colorful icon around your picture? Or even if you don't have a picture and you have, if you don't have a picture, it will just be your name that will, like the first letter of your name, like A or M or whatever, or M, that will show here. Do you always see this colorful thing, this colorful whatever here, this circle here?
Yes,
we
ma'am,
do.
we do.
You do? You do?
On other people's own.
Okay, on other people's own. So why do you think that is?
I think it's a form of verification.
No, no, it's not. Okay, so anytime that you see this colorful icon on somebody's Chrome profile, it means that that person is using a paid version of Google. It's called Google One. So Google One comprises of your Google Drive and what again? And some Google tools that you have access to, so that need you to subscribe. Now, for most people, we spend all of our lives using the free version of Google. And that's why I'm a strong advocate of Google, because Google gives you access to that product for free. You can use that product for a lifetime, and you may not even know that you're supposed to pay a certain price for it. But Microsoft, on the other hand, their products are always pricey. You need to pay for it. And when you subscribe, they give you something called a product key. Now, in Nigeria here, a lot of people use the free version of Microsoft because there's a work around it that they do. Like if you go to Computer Village and stuff like that, and tell them to put Microsoft Office on your system for you, they'll just collect a certain amount of money and put the Microsoft system. But it's not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to buy it, and they give you what is called a product key. And then when that time period expires, you buy again. So you purchase and you keep purchasing. For Google products, it's monthly. Now, even though it's monthly, it's very little. The amount is very little. The pricing is very little compared to what you will get for a similar product in Microsoft. So when I say product, do not get confused. All these tools are called products. I can say product, or I can say tools. I can say Google Office tools, or I can say Google product. So when I use product, I don't want you guys to get confused. I'm just referring to this, right? Now, I have this because if you notice, there is 39 gig of 100 gig used. But if you check your own Google Drive, you're going to see so gig of 15 gig used. It means that you are using the free version of this Google product, which is the Google Drive. And just like I said, a lot of people use the free version of Google products all their lives, and they don't even know that there's a premium version. And the reason why I had to pay for this Google product is because I wanted enough space based on the kind of thing that I do. I have a lot of training materials here. I have a lot of videos here you can see for different months. And each video has about maybe give or take 800 MB or thereabouts. Let's check, say this video now. How do you check? If you want to check the information about the video or the file info, you will simply click on these three dots and then come to file info. Then you will see details, you see security limitations, you see activity, and then sometimes if I had come to home here, it will show you the location of that particular file. Say if the file is part of a folder, they will show you the location of that file in that folder. This is what I mean. Let me come back to home. Let me try this, for instance. Say we want to check the information about this particular file. We'll come to file info. We see details here. If I click on details, it will bring out the location of that file and then other details about this particular file. So you can see here that under this written document, it shows you who has access to this document. So it shows that I personally have access to this document, and I've not given any other person access to this document except myself. Now, if I wanted to share this document, I can either use that share button that I showed you guys yesterday, or I can simply manage access from here. If I click on the manage access, it takes me back to that share button. Are you guys seeing? If I click on manage access, it brings me back to this place, and then it gives me the option to either manage by imputing the person's email or manage by simply copying the link and sharing it. And of course, if you want to copy the link and share, you still have the option to manage access. And just like I explained yesterday, there are three access levels. There's a viewer access, commenter access, and editor access. And I said that if you're sharing any document, you should always leave it on the viewer access, except the person you're sharing the document with is like maybe your boss, and that your boss tells you to do something and share it with them. And then you need to give them editor access so that they can go in and change a couple of things. Other than that scenario, there should not be any reason why you should leave your documents on editor mode. Because what it means is that you're giving that person free hand. It's like you're giving the person some sort of power that they're not supposed to have. So they're going to have some sort of power over you, and they are going to have the same power over that document. So they can go in and change whatever or delete or do whatever they need to do on that document. And you cannot blame them because you are the owner of that document and you have decided to relinquish your power to them as well. So at no point should you leave your documents on editor mode. It should either be on viewer or commenter. If it's on commenter, the person can highlight where they want to comment. Let me put it on commenter and explain what I'm saying. This document is called written testimonials, right? Now, let me click on open. Now, I'm going to open this document now because the document has commenter access. Oh, it may not work because I'm actually on I am signed in as the editor. So of course, what I'm trying to explain to you will not work. It will not work. Let me show you on another document. Let me search for one of the students. Okay, let me see if I'll see it here. So this is a resume that one of my students sent to me. So she wanted me to help him vet this document and to help him vet the resume and correct some things in the resume. I hope this is the right one. It's still loading. That's why it's not showing some things. I hope this is, yeah, this is the right one. Now, so what he did was that he gave me commenter access. And because he gave me commenter access, I was able to comment on this document. Instead of directly changing anything, I could only comment on this document. In Nigeria here, in Nigerian universities, when you're writing your final year project, I'm sure it's the same thing with you guys over there. When you're writing your final year projects, you type your project, maybe chapter 1, for instance, and then you take it to your supervisor to go and review it. And then if your supervisor is not satisfied with what you've written, what do they typically do? They'll either cross it out with a red pen or tear it in front of you, or even trash it in front of you, and then tell you to go and repeat that chapter, right? Now, if that our educational system was the way it's supposed to be, we're not even supposed to be talking about things like this at this our old age, because these are things that we ought to have been doing right from primary school. And there should not be any reason why in higher institution you write a project, you type a project on paper. It should not be, if the educational system was right. Now I'm talking about Nigeria. I don't know about you guys over there, right? There should not be any reason why somebody will write or type out a project on paper, because at the end, you end up spending a lot of time, a lot of resources, and then once you graduate, what happens? They toss it in the bin or they trash it, because they cannot keep piling all those projects in their offices now. So they trash it and they move on. So you must have spent a lot of time, energy, money for nothing. And then the next set comes, does the same thing, they trash it, the next set. So it does not make any sense to me at all. Now, what is the alternative? The alternative is type your document, type your project virtually, give your lecturer or your supervisor access to the documents like this. Let's assume this is a project document. All I need to do is type my project document, give my supervisor access to the document as either a commenter or an editor. Of course, I will not give him as an editor because I don't want him to, maybe out of anger, he may decide to delete all my work and tell me to start afresh. And I don't want that. I don't, because sometimes they can be moving mad. Maybe he will have a bad day and he will just help you to delete all your project work and tell you to start from the beginning. So you don't want to do that. So you cannot give him access as an editor. All you need to do is give him access as a commenter. Now, as a commenter, if he does not like anything, say maybe he does not like this whole paragraph, all he can do is highlight this whole paragraph and then comment on it. Highlight it and then type his comment. The reason why it's not coming out for me is because, remember, I am the owner of this document. So it's not going to, it's not, but if I was not the owner of this document, and maybe I gave you access to this document, and you want to comment on this section of this document, once you highlight it like this, once you highlight it, it will bring out a pop-up option for you to comment. See here, suggest edits, add comments. This is what I was referring to. Or add an emoji. So when a person has a commenter access, they can simply highlight where they don't want. Say maybe I want you to remove the whole of this section. I'll just come here and add comment. Remove this section. Okay, I'm not the owner of this document. I was wondering why this thing came out. I'm not the owner. This is not, remember, it's my student that gave me access to this document. I thought I was still dealing with the other one that we're talking about. So this is not my document. They just gave me commenter access to this document. That's why I'm able to highlight and comment on it. But if this was my document and I had full access to this document, if I highlight, that option will not come out. Are you guys following?
Yes.
So all I need to do is highlight where I want him to remove and say remove this section, or I can say do more research about this. Then I'll comment. If I comment now, my student is going to see it. He's going to get a notification that I commented on this document. So I'm not going to send. But if I was to comment, I'll just type this, then I'll click on comment, then to send to him. Why? Because he has given me access to this document. We are now collaborating on this document together. Are you guys following? So that is how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be when you're collaborating on a document. Now, if I click on here, you will see show all comments. It will show all my previous comments to him. You can see, if I click here, it will bring out where I was referring to. So if I click on this comment, it takes me to here. You can see that I highlighted this place under trainings and certification. And what did I say to him? I said, create another column to capture your accomplishment and awards. That is what I was referring to. So I told him to create another column under this training and certification to capture his certification and accomplishment and awards, right? Now, if I click on here, I also said it's referring to the same listing. I also corrected him, ACE Africa, right? He typed it separately like this. So I wanted him to type it together. So I just commented ACE Africa. So when he sees it, he will know that this is supposed to be together. Now, if I click on this second comment, it will take me to what I was referring to. They say original content deleted. So I commented on it, I highlighted it and commented on it, and then he deleted it and did the right thing. That's why I have this notification that original content deleted. Do you understand? But what I told him to do was, I said the explanation makes it appear as though you are writing a cover letter inside a resume. That was what I told him. So he had to delete that whole aspect and change it. And that's why if I click on it, it does not bring that section out. But ordinarily, once I click on my comment, it's supposed to bring out what I was referring to. Moving on, I also said something here. He also deleted that part. I said, I will suggest using bullet points and explaining your roles alongside what you were able to achieve by carrying out a specific task. That is, I did X, which resulted in Y. I increased revenue by X%. Then he typed, okay. Can you see how me and him are collaborating on this document and going back and forth? So he does not have to give me editor access for me to tell him what to do. Then here, you can see where I highlighted. If you click on my comment, it will bring out the highlights. So if you're collaborating on a document with a client or your manager or your supervisor, and they send, you get a notification. Sometimes you may not get a notification in your email, except they set it in such a way that you get notified. I will show you how to do that after here. Once you click on that comment, you need to be careful. Once you click on that comment, you need to look out for where they highlighted, because if you don't look out for what they're saying, you are going to be confused and you may end up editing something that they did not ask you to edit. Or you may end up working on something that they did not ask you to work on, just because you were not careful enough to understand what they were referring to. And for you to know what they are referring to, again, what did I say? You will just click on that comment and it will highlight what they're talking about, or it will highlight the section they're referring to. Are we following?
Yeah.
So this comment now, what was I saying? I highlighted team collaboration and leadership. So what did I tell him to do? I said, merge and make into one sentence that captures all points. Please do this for all the skills, only highlighting what is important. That was what I told him to do for this section. Then if I come, then can you see they said marked as resolved? It means this person has worked on what I told him to do and he marked it as done. That is why I got this notification as marked as resolved. Here, this is what I highlighted. What did I tell him to do? I said, proficiency in accounting software, CRM tools, blah, 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 project management and workflow tools, Slack, this one. So I wanted him to impute all of that here. And then what was his feedback? He imputed it and then it's marked as resolved. If I want to still say something, maybe he didn't do it correctly, I'll come here and what? I'll add a comment to reopen this discussion. So all I need to do is say, do it again and reply. And then he will get this notification on his end to say that what he did was unsatisfactory and he needs to redo it. Can you see how we're collaborating on this document? I don't need to call him and say, Otaz, I sent you something, go and check it. I don't need to call him and say, I want you to do this. Oya, go and open the document. Scroll down, check technical proficiency. Oya, scroll down. Do you see that part that I don't have to do all of that? All I need to do is come to the document, highlight, comment, you will see it and resolve it. As simple as that. That's what collaboration is. That's simply what we are doing here. So your client is not calling you, maybe they assign a task to you. And by the way, we are going to talk about task assignment platforms like project management tools and workflow processes, right? Where tasks are being assigned to you. When a task is being assigned to you, you're working in different time zones. You may be working with a company and give me 1 second. Like I was saying, you may be working with a company and all the people in that company are in different time zones. The other person is in Philippines, the other person in the UK, the other person in the US, you are in Cameroon. So how do you start? You cannot start calling them. In fact, you cannot even get people's phone number to call them. You can't even call them. So how do you communicate with them? How do you get them to do what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to do it? That is where collaboration tools and project management tools come in. Okay, so moving on, continuing with what I was saying, here I clicked here. When I click on it, you can see where I highlighted. I said, I suggest you use a one-liner for the skills section. Like take the skill, put a dash and briefly explain the skill in 1 or 2 sentences, which he has corrected, marked as resolved. So that's what the commenter access gives. That is the kind of leverage. Should I use the word leverage? That's the level of access a commenter has when you give them a commenter access, okay? So never editor access. If he had given me editor access, I could just delete everything we did for this document. Anyway, so that's what we mean. Now, talking about documents, now that we're here, we'll go back to Google Drive, but now that we're here, I'm sure all of us know how to use the Google document, right? If I'm using Google document and I mistakenly delete something, I don't delete that part now. I've deleted that part. What do? You simply come to here to undo. If I click on undo, it brings back what I deleted. Okay. So if you mistakenly delete anything, don't be scared. You can always undo it. Now, another thing I love about Google Documents is that all the work that you are doing is saving in real time. It's not like Microsoft. I remember when we were in secondary school, and I really do not, now that I'm grown and I understand how these things work, I really wonder why they used to teach us Microsoft Office when we were in primary school. Because why are you teaching us Microsoft Office when there are better alternatives like Google Drive? So that time now, we didn't know better. I think even up to my university, I used Microsoft Office. So in Microsoft Documents, Is it Microsoft document that it's called? I'm always mixing up with Google because I'm used to Google products. Anyway, when you're using Microsoft to type your document, it does not save in real time. If you're using a laptop that is like television now, once they take light, just know that the laptop is going to go off and your work is not going to be saved. Say you're not pressing Control Save. Maybe you're just typing, you forgot to press Control Save. Once they take light, just know that all your work has gone. You're starting from scratch. But for Google Documents, it's not the same thing. Whatever you're typing is saving in real time. Whatever you're typing is saving in real time. Right?
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about losing your work. You don't have to worry about losing. It's like this person gave me both commenter access because why am I able to comment on this document? I think he gave me both commenter access and editor access because ordinarily I shouldn't be able to comment on this document here. All right, so moving on. So just like I explained, this is the undo now. You can undo it or you can redo it. Redo simply means that, let me type something now. Then I can delete. Then I come here and undo Abi, it will come back. Then if I redo, it will delete again. If I undo, it will come back. If I redo, it will delete. That's simply what it means. Here, what do you have here? Print, spelling, grammar check. I usually do not use. I think if you activate this and your spelling is wrong, it will highlight it for you. Now, you need to be careful when you're doing your settings because if you set it on UK English and you end up typing a word that is a US word or an American English word, it's going to highlight it that is a wrong word. Even though it is right, it will highlight it as being wrong. Are you guys following? I'm sure you guys can understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
There are some words like analyze, for instance, we have it as an English word, as a US word, and we have it as a UK, as a British. I'm not calling it the right thing. So we have analyze with a Z. I think this one has an I as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think is it a Y? Is a Y, Abi? Then we have analyze with an S. Both are correct. One is British English, one is American English. So if you're doing your Google settings, I will show you where to do your Google settings later. If you're doing your Google settings and you put it on British English and you're typing and you use an American English, it's going to underline the word and tell you that the word is incorrect, even though the word is correct. So now that's that for this thing, spell check. So it just helps you to spell check your grammar and all of that. If you activate it to check your grammar, I can just say, okay, check the grammar here, and then whatever, it will check it for you. Here you have, what you have here, you can zoom in or zoom out. If I zoom, it will make it smaller. If I zoom to 150, it will make it bigger. So let's just leave it on 100. That's what that function does, right? Now here you have your normal text. If you want it to be big, or your heading, or your whatever. Now this, if you understand how these formatting tools, they're called formatting functions. If you understand how they work, even if you're not using Google document, maybe you're using like, maybe you're doing a job, maybe you're a virtual assistant and somebody say, oh, help me to do some back end settings on my website because there's a job I'm doing like that. In fact, I do a lot of things for the lady. I do her accounting work, not really real accounting, but extracting payments from Stripe and just profit and loss and stuff like that. I do that for her. I manage our the back end of our website by doing changes there on a monthly basis. I do administrative work for her. I do a lot of things. I manage her emails, her payment details, and stuff like that. So I have access to all those things. So imagine that I had a limited knowledge of how these things work. How am I going to be able to do that? So as a virtual assistant, a lot of people think, oh, virtual assistants or working remotely is easy, but it's not easy. You need to have an understanding of different things. So that's why when you say a job, the clients will always say something along the lines of, I'm looking for somebody with mixed skills, something like that. Not exactly as I said before. Something about, I'm looking for somebody that has mixed experiences or something like that. So what they mean by that is that they're not just looking for somebody that know one thing and one thing alone. They're looking for somebody that has an idea about this, somebody that has an idea about that, somebody that can say, okay, this is how, just have an idea about different things. And that's why I keep saying that you cannot rely on just what I'm teaching you. This is the beginning of your learning journey. In fact, if you dedicate this 1 month to immerse yourself in learning, in Googling, in researching, in understanding different things. I don't know how many of you were able to go over the Google this thing I sent to the group yesterday, but that's what we mean by having an idea and a knowledge of different things. It's very important. If not, you cannot survive. You cannot survive. By the end of this class, or by the third week of this class, some people are going to be getting jobs. Some people will not be getting jobs. Some people will be wondering what they are doing wrong. The reason why those people are getting jobs is because they've decided to set themselves apart. Remember, you're competing with a global audience. You're not only competing with Cameroonians. You're competing with Filipinos. Those guys are ruthless. Those guys are ruthless when it comes to jobs. And their system is not like our system. They have advanced knowledge of things. Those are the people you're competing with. You're competing with people in the US, you're competing with UK, you're competing with different people, Indians, Nigerians. You're competing with a global audience. You cannot afford to just do the barest minimum and relax. No. If you're doing that, you're not ready. So you need to have an idea of different things, okay? All right, now moving on. So that's for this one. This one is your font. I'm going to talk about fonts much later on when we start talking about resume and creating ATS-friendly resumes. There's fonts that are generally accepted in 2025. There are others that you should not be using this age time. So here, of course, you know that here is just for you to increase or decrease the font and stuff like that. So if you want to decrease and all of that, everybody should know how to use Microsoft Word. I'm just going over this just so, in case you've not used it in a while, you can just refresh your memory. So here is italicize a text to just make it like this. Here is to underline. Here is what? To change the color and stuff. Here is to change the background color, right? Here is to insert link. This is very important because a lot of people don't know how to insert links. When you're working on a professional document, or if you're doing, even if you're not working on a professional document, if you want to like undo, you can just go back and click on the same icon and to undo. So if I want to take it back to normal text, I click on this again. If I want to underline, I click on this again, okay? Now, a lot of people don't know how to insert links. And it's a very serious thing when you're working with international companies. For example, you cannot say you want to insert maybe Ace Africa link, for instance. Say Ace Africa link, for instance. Let me copy this link now. So I've copied this link and I want to send this link to something is wrong with this. This is not right. Something is wrong with this site. Now, assuming I want to copy this site and send to somebody, maybe paste it as a document or send to somebody, and I copy it and come and paste it like this. First of all, what that does is that it's not going to highlight this link. It's not going to make it a clickable link. When you're inserting any links, they should be inserted as a clickable link. So what do? I locate this icon. Anywhere that you see this icon, it means to insert a link. Again, it may not be, you may not be working with Google document. It may be a website you're working on. Could be anything. Anywhere you see this document, whether it's on a website or whatever, anywhere you see this icon here that looks like this, just know that it's for inserting link. So if I want to insert Ace Africa link, all I need to do is locate this document. You can either, for Google products or Google document, you have the option to insert it from here, or you can right click on your mouse and you'll still see it here as well. Okay, so you can click here, insert text. If I wanted to say Ace Africa website, I want it to display as this name. I'll write the name and then I'll come here and insert the link, then apply. Can you see? Once I apply, this is how it's going to show. It will show that if I click on this link, it will take me to the website directly. Are you guys following? If I want to copy this, I can as well just click on it and copy this thing here, this double whatever, anywhere you see this double thing. So it means to copy or duplicate. In some cases, it means duplicate the item. Or here it means copy. Here it means edit link. Here it means on link. Like I want to remove the link from this name. I can just click here, it will remove the link. You can see that it has removed the link. Now, say I don't want to write Ace Africa website and I just want to paste the link. What do? I will locate this link, insert link icon. Instead of typing any text, I'll just come here and just insert the link. And it will come like this as a clickable link. Are you guys following?
Yeah.
If you don't see that icon here, you will see it when you right click. It's the same thing. Insert your link, write your text, whatever. But anytime you want to insert, it's usually better for you to write your text. Even if it's not like a one-word text, you can say something like, click here to access website. Then you can now paste it. Now, assuming you're working as a support person and a customer comes to you and says, oh, I'm trying to verify something with your website. I don't know how to do it. Or wait, maybe something like, I'm trying to get access to your website and I don't know how to do it. Can you please send me what I need to do, or send me the direction to your website or something like that? You cannot just go and copy the website link and paste for them. Say you're typing it as a sentence. Hey, hello, Mary. Thank you for reaching out. Kindly click here to access our website. So instead of when you type kindly click here, you can now highlight that kindly click here and insert. Let me type me. Hello, Mary. Thank you for reaching out. I don't I don't like typing in capital letter. And this didn't used to be an issue for me until I started working remotely. I might realize that white people have problems. They have consequences in their head. If you type with all caps, it used to disturb their brain. Like I used to find it very odd until one lady, I'm still working with the lady. I've been working with the lady for over 3 years now. Anytime I type in caps lock, she'll just become agitated. She would just be like, she now told me that I shouldn't be typing in all caps. You know what? When you're chatting with somebody on Slack, for those of you that know Slack, if you don't know Slack, don't worry, we'll talk about it. It's internal communication too. We'll get there. So imagine that chatting with somebody on Slack or WhatsApp. I just want to say yes or thank you. And maybe your caps lock is already on, and you don't want to, or you don't remember to turn it off, and you just said thank you in all caps. That thing will disturb her. She will just become agitated. I was not like, what's the problem? She now said no, she doesn't like it that a lot of people over here, they don't like it when you type in all caps. It can mean that you're screaming at them. I could not wrap my head around it. I said, screaming at you, Kwa, from where to where? And then she said some people, it makes them to be, like, it just has some kind of effect on their brain, which is really, really odd. But white people are weird. So yeah, I just thought about that. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. Say, we are saying, hi, Mary. Hmm? Kindly click here, access the website. I'm still typing caps lock. Now, you've sent this message to Mary, right? Or you want to insert the link at this place where you say, click here, or click to access, or let's say just you want to insert the link here. All you need to do is highlight this word here, and then right click and type insert link. Now, this time around, it will only bring out, remember, initially when we clicked on insert link, it brought out the space for us to type name or the wordings we needed to type, and it also brought out a space for us to type to paste the link. But since we've typed something like this already and we just want to insert the link, it will just bring out the space for us to insert link. So all we need to do is insert link and apply. Now this place that I highlighted is now going to change to a clickable link. I hope you guys understand. So moving on, that's for link. Here, what we have, add comment. Then you can also click to see the other comments that have been added on this thing. So I can add comments here and comment it. Then here you have upload. If you want to like insert like an image from your computer, or you want to search web, or you want to insert from your Google Drive photos, whatever, or you want to insert by URL, you can do that here. Here you have your other, your alignment tools. You can either align right, align center, and stop. You guys know what it means to align right. Here you have your spacing, right? I use a custom spacing of 0.9. Then here you have your bullet points or some other formatting tools, like maybe a tick box and all. Yeah, here is for tick box, here is for bullet points and numbering system. If you click here, it will bring out other listing. Here, I'm sure it will bring out numbering. It's supposed to bring out numbering. Okay, see numbering here. So yeah, these are just formatting icons. If I click here, it will clear, they say clear formatting this thing. So assuming you have used any of these, you can just click here to undo and stuff like that. So here is editing suggestion, blah, 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 blah. That is all. Then here you have these other options here as well. If you click here, it will hide it. If you click here, it will bring it down. You have your file options where you can click to download. This, we should not be discussing this in this class, but I'm just going over it, hoping that anyway, you can download in Microsoft Word, in PDF, or whatever format you want to download. You can share as well. You can see the share icon here as well. You know how your phone, you can use your phone for different functions. Like one function can be in different places. It's the same thing here. You have your share icon here. You also have it here. So you can see one function, but in different places. You can make a copy. If I make a copy of this document, it means I'll have two of these documents. And if I have two of these documents, if I edit anything on the copy of the document, it will not affect the main document. So once you make a copy of any document, you can edit on the copy document, it will not affect the original document. Then you have your rename. If you want to rename, change the name here, you can click on rename, or you can just come here and double click like this and then retype the new name you want to name the file. Then here you have add shortcut to drive, version history, make availability offline, blah, blah, blah. Then here you have your edit, undo, the same thing here. Then you have your paste without formatting. You can have You can have access to all of that by right-clicking on your mouse. You have your view, you have your insert, maybe insert table, drawing chart, horizontal line, emoji, all of that options, you have it here. You have your tools, extensions, help, blah, blah, blah. And then I mentioned earlier that if you click comment, you'll see all the comments on this thing. So if you come here and click it, you see all the comments on this document. Here, you can see the editings that have happened on this document and when they happen. That is what this simply means. Then here you have your Google Meet. If you want to start a meeting, you can just come here, click here, and start your meeting or schedule the meeting, maybe for a later time. You can just copy the link and all of that. Here, of course, you have your share icon. If I click here, you will see your different Chrome profiles. You see this profile, you can add another Chrome account and all. Then sign out of all accounts. Then here, of course, you have your Google Calendar, you have your Keep, you have your Task, you have your Contacts, you have your Maps, and then you can add add-ons. You know what add-ons are? Now, for every tool or software that you're using, the developers always make it possible for you to be able to add other tools to that existing tool. It's just like, you know how on your Google Chrome, you have Google extensions. You guys know what Google extensions are, right?
Yeah.
Now, what is the essence of Google extensions?
On extensions, you can use VPN. In fact, you add other how can I say it? Other functionalities. I don't know.
Yeah, that's correct. Other functionalities that you can integrate to the existing tool that you're using to give you more functionality. So that's the same thing with add-ons. Add-on simply means you're getting an external third-party tool to integrate into the tool that you're already using to give you more functions and more features to what you're doing. So it's called Google Marketplace. Now, by the time we start looking at Asana, CRM tools, and all of that softwares, you're going to be seeing a lot of add-ons, but they don't usually call them add-ons. They call them different names. You can see something like Go to Marketplace. You can see something like they just have different ways of calling their marketplace. But all you need to know is that it's marketplace where you can get other tools to merge to your existing tool. Now, if I click on add-ons, it brings me here. Now, what this means is that they say you can install mail merge. What this tool does is that it easily personalizes emails, letters, envelope, and certificates and stuff like that. So if I install it, it's going to automatically be part of my Google Document futures. There's AI audio generator, there's mail, save time sending emails, there's AI email image generator, and so many tools here that you can install. Now, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with Google extensions. Let me just talk about Google extensions. Now, if I click on my Google Chrome, here are my downloaded extensions. These are also extensions, but I just pinned them here for easy access. This is for my screen recorder. Anytime I want to record something on my screen, maybe you're working with a client and you're doing something, I need to show them, maybe you encounter an issue with something. I need to show your client something that you're having an issue with. You can easily record your screen by downloading a screen recorder and recording your screen and sending them a short clip of what you're referring to. You can just say, oh, okay, so I encountered an issue here. I tried doing this. Anytime you're talking to somebody or you're escalating an issue to either your client or somebody else that is going to help you out, you must always state what the issue is accompanied by stating what you have done to resolve that issue. Let me take that again, because a lot of people make that mistake. If you're escalating an issue to somebody, either your team, supervisor, or anybody or a client that you're working with, maybe you encounter an issue and you want to escalate it to them, you must state what the issue is, and you must state the steps that you have taken to resolve that issue that did not work. Take, for instance, Steph sent a video to the group yesterday complaining that she could not open a document, right?
Yes.
The ideal way that she was supposed to have done is, because that is a form of escalation, right? She escalated
Yeah.
that issue to the group to get feedback,
It's
to get
he.
help.
I'm a he.
What?
I'm a boy.
Okay, yeah, yes. Sorry. Yeah, so he escalated that issue to the group to get help. So the proper way is, so guys, I did this and this did not work. I tried this also, but it did not work. How do I go about it? Now, talking about this issue, I addressed this issue at the beginning of the class, but now that we have more people here, let me still re-emphasize on it. When somebody brings a complaint to the group or somebody escalates an issue to the group, I expect everybody to jump on that issue to resolve that issue. You must solve problems. This is where you need to start solving problems. If everybody keeps quiet to that issue, then it means there's a problem. Even if you're not sure of what to say it regardless. If you're not sure of how to go about the issue, say what you think they should do, instead of everybody keeping quiet and ignoring the person, which is a really bad thing. And again, let me emphasize on collaboration. You need to put yourself out there. You need to start talking in the group. If somebody drops an issue, you should be the first person to try to find a solution to that issue. Up till now, nobody, in fact, I was just watching to see if somebody will go and respond to him. Nobody responded to that question up till now. And it's not a good thing at all.
I
So
was able
now,
to solve the problem.
you said what?
I was able to solve the issue.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Because ideally that function is supposed to show. What happened? Did it
I
later
had
show? What did you do?
it should be my internet that wasn't
Yeah, that
stable.
is the same thing I said at the
Yeah.
beginning. I said it must have been your
So
internet.
I tried today morning again and it went on.
Yeah. Okay. So yes. So now, when escalation an issue, you first of all state what you have done and what did not work first before you now escalate it. That way, you know, a lot of people are complainers. They fall under the complainer category. Like they don't try to find a solution to something. They just complain. Maybe another example is when you join a company, they're going to give you access to to their tools. And sometimes the setup process can be very tiring. What I mean by that is that, and I've had a lot of encounters regarding this. When a company is giving you access to that tool, sometimes they need to create an email account for you, like a separate company email in your name. And then through that company email, they can now send you password access to the other tools that you're going to be using. Because remember, the tools that you're going to be using are the company workspaces that they want to add you to. So maybe they want to add you to that Slack channel, for instance, they're adding you to that Slack workspace. If they want to add you to that Google workspace, they're adding you to that Google workspace so that you can have access to the tools that they are using for you to use those tools and do the work that you need to do. If they want to add you to the CRM tools, they'll add you to that CRM tool through your email address that they have created for you, right? So sometimes this whole process can be very, because your location could play a factor. I remember one company I worked with, they were trying to add me to a particular tool. It's an online banking tool that they use to verify payment details from their customers. So I was supposed to have access to that online banking so that when somebody says I've made a payment, I can go there and check for their payment details before releasing the item to them, because it was an e-commerce company. So if somebody say, oh, I bought your jacket, I paid, I have to go there and search for their name and their payment details and confirm the payment details before releasing the item. Do you get? But because of my location, it was very difficult for me. I was not, the software was not giving me access. It was not allowing me to get in. So they tried everything possible. So, they will send me something and then I have to do that thing on my own end and then give them feedback that I did this and did this. It still did not go. This is what I'm seeing on my screen. And then I'll either do like a short video clip, or I will take a screenshot of my screen and send to them. I tell them that I've done this. I also tried doing this, but this is what I see on my screen. That way, this whole process is called troubleshooting. So me and the IT department were trying to troubleshoot so that I can get into the software. Now imagine that after sending me some things to impute, I'll impute it. I'll now say it did not go. I'll just go back to the group and type it did not go. I cannot get in. I did not send screenshots. I did not tell them what I've done so far. I did not send video explaining what is on my screen. I'll just go and type it did not go. They'll now say, okay, could you try to do this instead? I'll come back again. I've done it. It did not go. How does that, if you are the one, how will it sound to you? Once you get angry at the person, you definitely get angry at the person. You'll just be like, this person is not a problem solver. He's not a solution finder. It means you are just relying on everybody to do things for you. And nobody wants to work with that kind of person. You must be a problem solver. You must be a solution finder. So whenever you are escalating an issue, you must talk about what you have done. What have you implemented so far that did not work? If it means you, and that's why I like what Steph did. He sent a screenshot of what was on his screen and we could see, but the step that he missed was that although in that kind of situation, there's nothing much that he would have said that he did. Maybe he would have told us that I tried to recheck my network to be sure that it was performing well and my network is performing well. So what could be the problem? That is how you would have put the
I
question.
said something like that.
Okay, you did, right? Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful. So that's how to escalate an issue. First of all, talk about what you've done and then show the screen so that the person helping you troubleshoot can know where to start.
Maybe it's a technical problem or maybe I
Yeah.
went wrong.
So I don't even know what I was talking about before I went into all of that. Anyway, so yeah. So I was trying to explain extensions and then I was talking about the screen recorder. That took me to escalation and all of that. So back to extensions now. Now, these are the extensions that I've installed personally. You can see that I have Merlin. Now, what Merlin does is that if I search something if I Google something, you can see that I have other this thing, it's still loading. When it finished loading, you see some other, this thing that's popping here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a Google extension. Can you see it? This thing that is called chat, this green icon that I just clicked on. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is a Google extension. If I didn't install this, I will not see this. See Merlin here. Merlin is also, if I open Merlin, Merlin is going to give me answer to this question. I think I disabled it because it was popping up so much. I disabled it. Let me see if I disabled it. But it's supposed to give me its own answer by the side here. You see, I signed out. Let me see if I can sign in. Oh, I don't like all this sign in with Google thing. No, let me just continue. No, I'm not doing that. Let's go back and do what we are here for. Anyway, so the essence of this extension is to give you added advantage, extra features that can make work more seamless for you. So you can see that other than this Google search results that came out. I also have a result by the side here from GTP, and ChatGPT sidebar. So you can see that ChatGPT has already given me its own explanation of what an SLA is. So I'm not depending on this search alone. I have added extensions that are giving me other results. If I click on Claude here, it will give me Claude definition. Claude is a large language model, by the way. You can see GPT 4.0, the upgraded one. You can see Gemini. Although I didn't sign into any of that, I don't think it will work. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that the extension will give you added features. If I click here, you can see that I have other options here. I can chat, or I can write, or I can search, or I can insert image, or whatever. It just gives me those extra features, right? Now, how do you add extensions to your Google Chrome? You come to this dot here. You come to extensions here. You see manage extension. If you click on manage extension, it will take you to your already downloaded extensions. But if you click on visit Chrome Web Store, it will take you to the Chrome Web Store where you can install other extensions. So here, if I wanted a situation where, let's go back to Discover. If I wanted a situation where Google Translator will just pop up on my screen without me going to click on a new tab to search for it, I can simply install a Google Translator extension so that when I need it, I don't have to come all the way here to come and search for Google Translator. It will just pop up for me to use. So that's what this does. Now you have a lot of categories here. You have your themes. You can change your theme. Like if I want to change my theme now, I can easily, I'm sure you guys understand what theme is. If I click on this theme, it will change the background of my Google, whatever. So that's what themes are. You can change it to different themes and stuff like that. Then under extension, you have a lot of extension. You see Chrome Remote Desktop. You see Monica. Monica is an AI tool. You see ChatGPT Exporter. YouTube transcript. If you install YouTube transcript, for instance, when you go to your YouTube, say you're watching something on YouTube, this YouTube transcript will pop up by the side of your YouTube account, and it will be transcribing whatever the person is saying. I used to have a similar tool. I don't know if I've deleted it, but I used to have a similar tool. Let me see if it still works. Can you guys see my YouTube?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see if I still have that extension active. See GPT sidebar showing here. See summarize video. See this video. So you can see, because as a result of this extension, this is automatically summarizing what this video is about. It says this video delves into the transformative impact of Pope Francis on the Catholic Church and blah, 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 blah. And then they highlight. So say you're doing something, maybe you're doing a research or you're trying to write a thesis on something, and then you're getting your information from YouTube, because of course you need to do research, right? You cannot be listening to the video and be typing it. By the time you watch 1 hour video and type what they're saying, your head will tell you how far. So this is why we have extensions. All you need to do is copy what this thing is saying here and put it in your document or your whatever you're preparing. So it makes it very easy for you. Do you get? Then you can also see the highlight. They say highlight from 0 to 37 minutes. It's the video introduces the three whatever of church, blah, 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 like that. So you see the highlights here. Then you can continue. You can also get smarter answers from GPT 4.0. Then you can get transcript. If I click on transcript, give me the transcript. Can you see it's giving me the transcript of this video from 0 to 42 seconds, history first, short period of Jewish. From 0 to 50, Christianity, second period of whatever, like that. Then here, you can see Merlin here. Merlin is also giving me different things. You can see Merlin is saying, Merlin is giving me the direct word by word. You know, ChatGPT sidebar gave us a summary, but Merlin is giving us the word by word of what they're saying. Let me play. No, if I play the video, you guys will not be able to hear it. But Merlin is giving me word by word of what is being said in the video. So if you wanted to change this video into an ebook, you don't have to now sweat it out or be trying to look for. See, by the time you, at the end of this class, if you don't love tools, then I don't know what you're doing, because anytime I'm talking about tools, I feel like I'm a lazy person. So I love AI, I love technology, I love tools, because tools just make work easier for you. Like, I could be teaching, like I could decide to write an ebook based on this class that I'm teaching you. And I don't have to sweat about it. I don't have to think about how do I start typing it out? All I need to do is activate the AI summary in my Zoom account, because Zoom has the AI transcriptor as well. All I need to do is activate the AI transcriptor, and everything that I'm saying is going to give me the transcribed version of it in my email. And if I want to change it into an ebook, I'll just copy it, do the editing, change some things, publish it, as simple as that. So that's exactly what this AI is giving me, word by word of everything that is being said in the video. You can see there is so much. So if I want to copy it out and write an ebook, I'll just copy and write an ebook. So that's the work of extensions. So moving on, back to our Google extension, you have so many extensions here. You have Pinlaw, Pinterest Law, save screenshot and other images to Pinterest. Then you have so many of them, so many of them. So if you want to get any one, all you need to do is click on it and then add to Chrome. Once you add it to Chrome, it's going to automatically start popping up where you need it to pop up. Okay. Just click on it and add to Chrome. Click on it and add to Chrome. It's as simple as that. And then you can utilize the functions available to you. So that's how to add your Google extensions. Moving on, moving backwards. Then I think we're done with documents. So let's come back to our Google Drive. Now, we have so many features available to us on Google Drive. First of all, you have, if you click on this dot, of course, you have access to all the 50 Google products available to you free of charge. You don't even have to have the premium account to enjoy it. You just enjoy it and all. Then here you have your settings. You have your Get Drive for desktop, keyboard, shortcuts. And then if you click on your settings, you see appearance, whether you want it to be dark in color, blah, blah, blah. You just do your settings. Under privacy, you set your privacy, manage apps, you manage your apps and blah, blah, blah. That is all about settings. Let's not dwell there. Now, this plus sign gives you options to either upload documents, create folders, or you also have access to other Google products like Google Documents, Google Sheets. So if I wanted to create a document here, I will just come here. Instead of coming here to look for Google Sheets, I can just click here and create it. Now, another advantage is that, say you have a folder like this, right? And inside that folder, you want to create a document that is going to be inside this folder. All you need to do is open the folder, come here, click document, and any document that you create is going to be inside this folder. If you don't want to do it that way, you can just create your document as a standalone document, and then you will now move it into the folder that you want to move it to. Say this is a document I've created, for instance, and I want to move the document to Ace Africa November class. What do? I will click on organize, then I'll click on move. Then it will suggest, if all the suggested locations are not here, you will select on all locations, right? Now, since I know what I'm moving into this folder, I can now click move. Assuming this folder has other folders inside, I need to open it up to get the exact folder that I need to move it to. But since this folder does not have subfolders inside, I can simply move this and then click on yes. And then you can see that it has moved from here. You can't see it again. It was called frequently asked questions. But if I come to the November folder, I can see that it has been moved into the November folder. This is the November folder now. Where is it? See it here, frequently asked questions. If I want to undo this, I can simply remove it because it's not supposed to be in this folder. I can simply remove it to maybe just move it out of this folder completely. Move it to my drive. Just move. And it will be moved from this folder. That's one. Then, if you want to create a folder, you click on this plus, you will see new folder. This is what a folder is. A folder contains other subfolders, and it also contains individual documents. So yesterday I created this folder for you guys, Ace Africa May 2025, right? If I click on this folder, it will show the classes. We only have class 1 here. After today's class, you will see class 2. You see. Now, here is the thing about giving people access to your documents or to folders or collaborating. Whatever I do inside this folder, because you have access to this folder, is going to automatically reflect on your end. What that means is that after today's class, you don't have to come to the group and say, have you uploaded class 2? You don't have to come to the group after class 3 and ask us, have you uploaded class 3? Whatever I do inside this folder will automatically be reflected on your end. Let me repeat that again. As long as you have access to this folder, whatever I do inside this folder, it will automatically show on your end. You don't have to come and ask me for class 2. You don't have to come and ask me for class 3. All you need to do is go there, click on it, click on shared with me. Anytime you click on shared with me, you'll see document that people have shared with you, including this class. Because I've given you the access to this folder, you will see it under shared with me inside your Google Drive. If you're not using a laptop, you see only shared. If you're using Google Drive on your phone, you will see only shared. The reason is because your phone interface is not big enough to contain shared with me. So it will only show shared. If you click on that shared, it will tell you all the documents. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a story. One of my students, she attended my class after the first class, because we treated all of this in the first class in that set. After the first class, she came to me and she said that, Coach, can you believe that I went to my Google Drive and I clicked on shared with me, and I saw so many things that people have shared with me that I did not even know that were inside my Google Drive. Like there's one particular job that one client, or there was a document that a client sent to her. She was supposed to fill that document. It was part of the test process. So she was supposed to fill the document and submit back to the client. She said that could you believe that she searched for this document everywhere and she did not see the document? Or after that first class, she went under shared with me and she saw that document there. Now, the reason why she did not see that document is when the client was sharing the document with her, the client did not click on notify through email. Let me say I want to share this document with Nicole, for instance. Can you see that I clicked on notify people? So she will get a notification in her email that I've shared a document with her. But if I had removed this thing, she will not get that notification. So the document will silently go under her Google has shared with me. So if she does not know how Google Drive works or how Google Workspace works, she will be going around looking for this document and she will not see that this document is under shared. So that was what happened in the case of that lady. Because you need to understand that there are sometimes that the client is already testing you before the main interview. Sometimes they'll say, use this document or copy this document or duplicate this document and paste your answer under the document, something along that line. Then submit the copy of this document. They will send it to you. If you don't know, sometimes they'll say, give me your email. So instead of copying the link and sending it to you, they'll take your email and send it to you via your email. And they will not click on that notify others. So if you don't know how to use Google Workspace, you will not find it. The client is already testing you to know whether you know how to use Google Workspace, because they know that if you know how to use it, you should be able to know where to find that document. So that is the problem that the girl had. She didn't know where the document was. So that is how she lost that job, because she could not find the document to do what she was supposed to do until she attended my class, and she now discovered that that is where that document was all along. Again, so what I was trying to say is that once somebody gives you access to any document, it's going to go to shared with me, except that person wants you to be notified via email. That's the only way that it will go to your email notification. Now, if you open somebody's document, like you people's assignment now, as long as I open the assignment, it's going to come to shared with me because I clicked on the link. So it's to come to shared with me. That's why you're seeing some of your assignments under my shared with me folder, because it automatically comes here when you open it. Right. Now back to what I was explaining. If you don't have access to this May 2025 folder, if you don't see it in your email, if you don't see notification in your email or under your Google Drive, it means that you did not give the right email. It's either you gave us Yahoo Mail, which we do not need. I specifically stated that it has to be Gmail. So it's either you gave us Yahoo Mail or you did not give us the correct email. Otherwise, you ought to have had access to this document. So whenever a class is ready, maybe you need to wait like 2-3 hours after the class. All you need to do is go back to this folder, click on it, and you will see the second class uploaded. You don't need to come to the group to ask, okay?
Okay.
Except maybe you've waited for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, you did not see the class. That is when you can now say, oh, let me come to the group. But other than that, the class will always be updated. Just go back to the folder and you'll see it inside the folder. Why? Because you're a collaborator on that folder. You have access to the folder. If I didn't want to give you access to the full folder, if I want to give somebody access to only this folder, I can click here. Instead of giving you access on the folder level, giving you access from the folder level here, it means that if I give you access on this folder level, everything inside this folder, you will see it. But if I don't want you to see everything inside this folder, I can give you access on a file level. That means all I need to do is click here and give you access to only this video. And it's only this video that you see. Other people that have access to the folder will be able to see all the videos inside the folder. But for you, it's only this one that you'll be seeing. You will not know the other people. That brings me back to managing access level. Remember when I was talking about access level, this is the same thing as managing access level. If you're supposed to share a company document with an external third party, somebody that is not in the same company with you, and maybe the document is inside a folder, and you do not know, you will now go and copy the whole folder and go and send to somebody that is not in your department, or you go and send the information that they're not supposed to have access to, because you don't know that you are sharing this access on a folder level. So whatever is inside this folder, the person will have access to it. But the right thing that you are supposed to do is go to that particular folder, the exact one, that particular document, and share the access level with that person, so that that person can only see that thing. That if the person click on the link, that is the only thing they will see. They will not see all these other things. Are we following? So that is another level of access. Individual access levels, not folder levels. Are we following?
Yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
now, like I said, you guys should have access to this folder. Now, that is for that. Now, let's say I want to create a new folder. Let's name the folder testing. Now, we have this testing folder. Where did it go? Testing. This is a folder. A folder can have subfolders. A folder can have levels of folders inside. Let me explain what I mean. Now we have the first level, which is the folder, the grandfather. Let's say this one is the grandfather, right? We want to create another folder inside. We want to create another folder inside this grandfather folder. All I need to do is open this folder up, then come here again and click on folder. So let's name this one testing 1. Now we have another folder inside testing 1, but I want to have like different folders, another folder. I want to create another folder. All I need to do is click on this testing 1 folder again and add another folder, testing 2. Now, inside this testing 2, assuming if I want to add another folder, I can still click on folder, right? But say maybe this is the one I want. So I just want to like upload something inside this testing 2. I'll just click on upload. It will take me to my document, and I can upload documents inside the testing 2. So now I've uploaded documents inside this testing 2. Now I have these 2 documents here, but the document is inside testing 1 folder. Is inside testing 2 folder, that is inside testing 1 folder, that is inside testing folder. I don't want you guys to get confused. If I share only this folder with you, you will not know that this folder is a subfolder of another bigger folder. If I click open this folder and share only these documents with you, you will not know that this document is inside a folder that is inside a folder that is inside another folder. You will only see this document. You will not even see this one. You only see this one, even though 2 of them are inside the same folder. If I click on testing 1, you remember testing 1 is inside testing folder, right? If I click on testing 1 folder and I share this folder with you, you'll be able to open this folder and see the testing 2 folder that is inside the testing 1 folder. But if I give you access to only maybe inside this testing 1 folder, I have some other things inside, maybe just some random things inside, and then I still have maybe I have some random things, then I still have this folder inside. So we have these items inside testing 1, and then we still have testing 2 inside testing 1, right? If I give you access to only this document, you will not see this folder. You will not see this one as well. You only see this one that I'm giving you access to. But if I'd given you access on a grand level, on a folder level, you'll be able to see the testing 2 folder and every other thing that is inside this folder. Are you guys following?
Yes, we are following.
Very good. So that is another form of access level. So a folder can contain subfolders and so on and so forth. So this folder contains this folder that contains this folder that contains this individual document. So that's how it works.
Okay.
And that's how the different access levels work. So let me go ahead and delete this folder now. Now, anything that you delete from your drive, it will stay for 30 days in your trash. So you can either delete from here, move to trash, or you click here to move to trash. So it will stay for 30 days in your trash. If you come to trash, you will see all your deleted items for 30 days. So if you mistakenly delete something, don't be scared. You can always go and recover it for a period of 30 days inside your trash. Moving on. How do you recover it? If I want to recover this folder, I'll click on it and click on restore. If I want to delete it, I'll delete forever or restore. If you restore it, to go back to your drive, okay? All right, so we have different folders here. Now you can personally arrange your Google document like you don't have to wait till end before you do all of this. Arrange your Google document, just make it look really, really nice so that when you come here, you know exactly what is what and where something is located instead of just having everything scattered and stuff like that. Yeah. Now you have your home page that contains all your recently opened files. Then you have your drive. Now, if I was using an enterprise account, you will see something here that is called shared drive. It's not shared with me. Shared drive is for enterprise account. What it means is that the work of shared drive, I need to share, I want to share my client. I like to really, explain things so that you guys understand exactly what I'm saying. I may need to share a different screen. Let me do that. Let me share a different screen. Can you see my new screen?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, let me go to our Google Drive. Now, under our Google Drive, you can see home, activity, workspaces, my drive, shared drives, then shared with me. Now, this shared drive is like department. So you have your team. This is an enterprise account. You have your team, and you have given your team different access levels to the different department. So the person that is in marketing has access to only marketing department. The person that is in finance has access to only finance. You can see that members here, we have only 2 people that have access to this thing. If I click on this, it will bring out all our folders that are finance related, everything finance related, it will bring it out here. The only person that has access to this folder is just me and her. That's why it shows 2 people. Then for community and management fulfillment, you see 3 people here. You see under repository of Q files, you see 3 people and all of that. So it's like a department in your organization where you can give people access to. Do you guys understand? So that is the work of shared drive. So once you give members access to these different departments, it's only what is inside that department that are going to be seen. Okay, now that you understand what shared drives are, let's go back. Now, you have shared with me, which I already explained. You have your recently opened document. You have your start. You know what it means to start something, right? Like when you start an email, what does that mean? It means that you want to go back to that email later on. You want it to stand out so that you can easily locate it. That is what it means to start something. Then you have your spam, you have your trash, then storage. Now here you have your different document types. All the documents that are inside your Google Drive, you have the different types here, whether it's a folder or it's a single document. You can see if I click on folders, it will it will bring out only folder documents. It's just like you're searching for specific something. So you can see that if I click on folder, it brings out only my folders. If I come back here and click on document, it will bring out only documents for me. If I come here and I click on spreadsheet, it will bring out only Excel sheet. If I come here and click on videos, it will bring out only videos. I don't have vids. No. What is vids? It's not supposed to be videos. No, it's not videos. It's a different thing. Videos, it will bring out only videos. Then if I come to forms, it will bring out all my Google Forms. So it's just like a way of searching for things. Then people here, you can see all the people that you've given the various access levels to, or all the people that are collaborating on the various documents in your drive. Then if you search or modify it, it means what documents have you worked on in the last 7 days, in the last 30 days, this year, whatever. Then source, whether it's Gmail or blah, 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 that is what that one means. Moving on, I think we've talked about everything. Let's talk about sharing. If I click on this, you will see to either share here. Of course, if you go ahead and share here, it means you're giving the person access to this whole document folder. If I click on download, it's going to download all the items in this folder. If I don't want to download all the items, I need to open it up and then download the individual one that I want to download by clicking the 3 dots here and downloading here. So in that case, it downloads only this class 1, okay? Now, you can also open with, it means you can open with Cloud Convert, Video Player, blah, blah, blah. All these other tools, you can open it with that. You can download, you can rename. If I don't want it to be August class 1, I can change the name to another thing. So it will no longer be August class 1. That's how to rename. Then you can make a copy. You can make a copy of this. You can share again, change the right access level, and copy the link. Now, the reason why this is unrestricted is because they have access on a folder level, but I do not want them to share these videos with other people. Because some people can be very funny. They'll just try to share the video or share the class with other people. So in order to do that, in order not to allow that, I know the kind of access that I will give you that you will not be able to share the class with other people. So that's for that. Then here, you have organize. You remember what I said about organize, right? To move into a different folder and stuff like that. So you can also add shortcut to your drive and all. Then your file information, you click on details, it will show you your file information, the access level, how many people have access to this. You can see the people that have access to this document. You can see the video, file type is video, the size is storage used, dimensions, duration, almost 3 hours. Then the location of this file is inside August class. Then the owner is me, then modified. then open, blah, 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 manage, caption, track, and then you can also add description to the file. So this is what is available to you on the file level. If I go back to the folder, you will see that the access and the features are similar. You still have your open, read, your download, your rename, your organize, your folder info, the same thing, okay? I think as of now, we've touched everything. Here you can change your view list layout, whether you want it to list like this or to list like this. Here you have your settings. I think we've talked about that. I hope we've covered. Here you have your Chrome and added
Tools,
features that you can,
extensions.
extensions, yeah, that you can make use of. I think that's just about all. I think that is just about all. Let me see. Is there any feature we've not talked about? I think that's all. Anyway, so that's that about Google Drive and how to use it. Do we have any questions? Do we
Not
have
for
any
now. I
questions?
don't have any question for now.
Okay, others, call.
I'm fine for now, ma. Thank you.
Because say all caps means you're shouting. Okay. All right. So that's about Google Drive. Now we're going to move on to Dropbox. Now, Dropbox is a powerful, I like to think of Dropbox like as say ShopRite, for instance. You know how ShopRite in itself is for groceries, right? Groceries and other things. But inside the ShopRite building, you will see so many other uh outlets, like maybe clothing stores, restaurants, ice cream place, and maybe you can even see skincare stores inside the ShopRite building. But the ShopRite itself is a grocery mall. I don't know if you guys are getting me.
I'm
Yes, ma.
getting. So
So
it
that
has him. It has. Okay, it's okay, madam.
Yeah, so it had that yeah. So that's how I like to think about Dropbox as well. Dropbox is a powerful knowledge management tool, just like Google Drive. And you're going to see here that it has the same functionality, almost the same functionality with Google Drive. The only difference is that it has added functions that Google Drive does not have. So that's what makes it more powerful than Google Drive. And that's why a lot of companies would rather use it than use Google Drive because of the added advantage. Another thing that Dropbox does is that it collaborates with other tools or with other companies. For instance, if I click on create here, remember that in Google Drive, if you click on this plus icon, it will bring out folder option for you, upload option for you, and stuff like that. Remember, right? It's the same thing here. If I click on this plus, it will bring out folder, document, and all. But in Google Drive, if I click on document, it will only bring out Google document. Abi? But you can see
Yeah.
that under Dropbox, it has option for paper doc. It has option to Dropbox paper template. It has access to Microsoft Word. And then it has access to Google Document. So what these guys have done is that they went to Google, they went to Microsoft. They said, come, can we use your tools inside our platform? They collaborated with them to be able to use their tools inside their own platform. Just like imagine that you have Mama Nkechi, right? Mama Nkechi has a joint, and what she sells in that joint is that she sells pepper soup, She sells alcohol and some other things, maybe food, rice and stuff, right? Now, since it's a hangout spot, and people like to go there in the evening and hang out and stuff like that. And Mama Nkechi sees that when people come to her shop, they want to eat suya. Some people be asking whether there's a suya man somewhere around the corner so that they can buy the suya and then buy a drink from Mama Nkechi. And as they're relaxing and chilling and drinking the beer, they want to be eating suya. Now, Mama Nkechi, as a businesswoman, she knows that Omo, there's another woman that is on the other street. And that other woman, there's a suya person that is close to that her store. So if she refers her customers to that other woman to go to that side and go and buy suya, what is likely to happen is that when the customers get to that side, they will see another joint that is doing the same thing that she's doing. And they will even sit down there, because why would they buy suya and walk all the way to her store,
True.
to her place to come and eat it? Why wouldn't they just buy the suya and sit down where it's close by and enjoy themselves there? So Mama Nkechi, as a sharp woman, will now find a suya guy that will come and stay in our own joint to be selling suya, so that people don't have to go to the other side to go and buy suya. That is exactly what Dropbox has done. They said that, okay, if organizations are going to be using our software, we need to make everything available to them so that they don't have to pay for this one and then go and pay for another one and then go and pay for another one. Let's just collaborate with others to bring everything in one place for them, so that whatever office tools that they have access to, maybe in terms of file management and file collaboration, they can have it all inside this one place. That's exactly what is happening here. And that's why you have Google Documents, you have Microsoft Word, you have Paper Doc, you have paper templates. It's the same thing that a lot of companies are also doing when they give you access to be able to integrate other third-party tools into that platform. When we start talking about CRM, so you guys will understand what I'm talking about better. Because they want you to use that software, they want you to use that tool. So they're trying to make everything easy for you in one place. And if you cannot have all functions in one place, they'll give you the opportunity to be able to integrate that function into that software, either by using automation tools like Zapier, Make. I'm going too far. Don't worry, we'll get there. When I get there, you guys will understand. So, but for now, let's leave it at that. All right, now moving on. If I click on this plus sign, you will see folder. You can create a folder, shared folder, automated folder. Now, this automated folder is Dropbox has given you the opportunity or the future to be able to automate folders, unlike Google Drive, where you cannot automate folder. Dropbox has made it possible for you to automate folder. And how do you automate folder? Automation is simply the process of setting triggers in motion so that something can happen on its own without human involvement. Let me explain it in another way. How many of us use WhatsApp Business?
Me.
I do.
Do you use it for business, or you use it for your just personal use, or do you use it for your business?
Personal use. Personal use.
Okay. So for people that use it for business, I'm sure most of you must have encountered that before. When you send them a message, what happens? You will see a pop-up that says something along the lines of, we are not available at the moment.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Automatic reply.
Exactly. So that is automation. That's a form of automation. If something has been set in place so that when an action happens, there will be a cause effect of that action that has happened. That's what automation is. We're going to go deeper into automation. There's some things that are called automation tools that you can merge APIs together. You can bring one API and bring another API to perform a function that ordinarily they shouldn't be able to perform. So now for automated folder, Dropbox has made it possible for you to automate folders. Now, just watch what is happening on this right-hand side. On the left-hand side, they say, choose a category to sort files by. It means that if you create a folder, whenever files are being uploaded into that folder, there should be something that will happen to those files. Can you see what is happening on the right-hand side? Just look at what is happening on this right-hand side. Now, if I click on choose a category to sort files by, it means that whenever a file is uploaded into that folder, it will automatically sort the file by month, by year, by day, or whatever you want it to sort it by. That is simply what this automation is saying. If I say set a rule that renames files, it means that whatever files come into this folder, they will automatically be changed. The name is going to be changed into a different name. So if I upload a file that says East African May, once the file enters this folder, the name is going to be changed from East African May to another thing else. It will automatically change it. That's what this rule says. Then here they say convert files to PDF. It means that once I upload any document, any file that is in a document format into this folder, it's going to automatically convert that file into a PDF file. Even if the file is in a PNG format, it will convert it into a PDF. Somebody's mic is on. Somebody's mic is on. iPhone 2. Let me meet you. They say convert files to PDF. It means whatever file enters into this folder, whether the file is in document format or PNG format or whatever format, it's going to automatically convert it into a PDF file. Here they say choose an image format to convert files to. It means that whatever files enter into this folder is going to convert to JPG, or to PNG, or to any other format. They say choose file format to convert videos to. So it means that whenever a video is being uploaded into this folder, it's going to automatically convert that video. Then here it says unzip files. You know zip files now. You know what it means to have a zip file. It means that once you upload a zip file into this folder, it's going to remove all of them into individual files. It's going to unzip all of them into individual files. Then they say choose a file format to convert audio files to. Same thing. So for instance, let's say we click on choose files to convert to PDF. Now, which document, which folder are we automating to have that function? Let me search for folder name. Let's say we are automating this ACE2 folder. There's an ACE2 folder that we have already. When we go back, you'll see it. So let's say we're automating this ACE2 folder. I want to click on ACE2 now. I want it to automate it. I'm saying that whatever files we upload into this ACE2 folder, let it automatically convert it to PDF. So now they say convert all supported files to PDF. I can add another step if I want. You can add many automation steps. I can say maybe after converting it to PDF, then choose a category to sort files by. I can now say sort it by month or by year. So now I have by month, right? So it means whatever file I upload, it's first of all going to convert the file into PDF before it will now arrange the file based on the month or the year. If I want to add another step, I can say after you group it by month, then I can set another rule to rename or to do something else. But I don't want it to rename. So let's just leave it on these two automations. We want it to first of all convert it, and then we want it to organize and group it by month. So now that we have done that, let's set this automation in motion. We save here. We click on save, and then we save our automation. Convert files to PDF, then organize. They say save this series of actions as a workflow template. What does it mean to save it as a workflow template? So that whenever you want to do this kind of automation, you don't have to manually do it. You already have a template. All you need to do is click on that template and use it. So do we want to save it as a template? I can say not now. Let's just proceed to do. So now we're going to look for ACE2 folder. This is the ACE2 folder, right? Let's open this folder now. Now we are inside ACE2 folder. These are the documents that are inside ACE2 folder. But I want us to test our automation by uploading a file. We'll upload a document to see whether that document is going to, first of all, be converted into a PDF and then be arranged according to the month. So let's upload a file. Let's look for document. I should have a document. This is supposed to be a document. This is a PDF document. I don't want a PDF document. I want a Word document. Another thing I don't like Microsoft is because once you're using your laptop, you need to install the Office, especially Word and this thing, and I don't have it installed. Let me download this document and see whether we can use it. I don't have it installed, so whenever I want to open a document, it's usually difficult for me. I have one alternative like that, but it does not open it the way I'm to see it. Sometimes it will not even, let me see if this will download as a Word. It will not even download as a Word. It will download as something else. Look at, you guys cannot see this pop-up, but it will download as this thing. So if I go to my files, I will not see the document there because it's not downloaded as a document. That has been stressing me up, and I've resolved not to get the Microsoft this thing, but I may just have to get it for the sake of my subsequent class. Can you see this downloaded file? Can you see that it's not downloaded in a document format?
Yeah.
So this is the issue now. So I don't think, let me see whether it can still upload. Yeah, it's uploading. No, it's uploading. So can you see one file automatically saved as a PDF? But we did not download it as a PDF, did we? We downloaded it as a document. But because of the automation on this folder, when it entered this folder, it was automatically converted into a PDF file. Do you guys understand? Do you guys understand what is happening here?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Then remember that we also automated it to change it to PDF, and then to document it based on month. So if I was to search based on month, I will see it under the month that it was uploaded. That is what this means. That is what automated folders means. Now, moving back, I want us to finish this today. You have your folders. Of course, you know what folders are. The same thing with Google Drive. Your shared folder, you know what shared folder is. The folders that people have shared to you or the organization. If you're joining an organization, they'll add you to their workspace. This whole thing is called a workspace. So they'll give you access to this workspace so that you can be able to use that Dropbox. So your shared folder, the folders people have shared with you, automated folder, we just talked about it now and how it works. Then you have your documents. If you want to create a new document, you can either create it as a Microsoft document or as a Word document or as a paper, or as a Google document, as a paper docs. Same thing with your spreadsheet. You have Microsoft and you have Google Sheet. You have your web shortcut here. Then of course, upload. You guys already know how to do this from Google Drive. Then you can import something directly from your Google Drive. The same way you can import from your computer, they have given you an option here to import from your Google Drive. Then you can edit a signature or edit a video or edit an image, PDF, or sign a signature, or you can send a signature for somebody to sign. So imagine that a company has hired you and they sent you a contract to sign and they've added you to their workspace already. All you need to do is access the contract here and sign it. Or assuming you're already working with the company and they say, oh, okay, can you prepare a contract and send to somebody? Maybe they just hired a new person and they want you to prepare a contract and send to the new person. All you need to do is come under this sign, click on the sign, and then you click on get signature because you want the person to sign. So you will not upload the documents that you want the person to sign. So for instance, let's say I want the person to sign this document, this particular one here. I can click on the document and then maybe this is an agreement or something, whatever. You click on it, then you choose document. You've chosen the document you want to send. If the document is not already inside Dropbox, you can upload it from your computer here. You have the upload option to upload it here. Then when you choose the document you want the person to sign, you are going to click on what? Choose and move to the next level. So it's going to take you to the document and you can input the person's email and send the document to the person's email and the person will see the document in their email and they will sign it. So can you see, it automatically brings out an option for you to put the person's name. So let's assume I want to send the document to myself. Here you can send the document to more than one person. So if I wanted to send it to another person, I'll say maybe this guy, for instance, I can send it to this guy. Then I'll put her email. So even if you are sending the document to 10 people, you can send it at once. Okay. So I can put this email and then send the document to them. When I finish, I will say get signature order, or you can leave that and then add this thing. So for the sake of this, let me add just this email so that we can go there and see how it looks. So I'll add this email, and so here you have your signer, the person that created the document, and then you have your signature, initials. If you know how when you prepare a document, you have column, like you have the column to sign, you have the person column for name. This is what this means. So you can put your title box so that the person can put the person's title. You can put your full name box and the person will write their full name. Let's say we want to put their full name. We want them to type their full name. We want them to type the not email address, text box. the text box means they can type their name or whatever they want to type, and then they can also sign. So this text box can be a signature box or whatever. Then when you finish typing or putting whatever you want to put, um, you will now what? You can save or send to the person. So here you have your formatting options. You can draw, you can highlight, you can add text, you can sign. If you're the one signing this document, you'll be able to click on the sign and sign it yourself, right? So, well, let's send it to this guy and see. So here I can say, please review and sign. Please sign document. Then document signed copy as blah, 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 then I'll send. The location of this document is in ACE2, then I'll send to this email. These are things that maybe if you're a lawyer in the house, you can use so many of these things to prepare your documents or agreements or legal document and stuff like that. So let me go to my email and see how the notification will look like. So here you can see, who is sharing folder with me? Cedric, you're sharing folder with me. You're testing it out.
No,
Anyway,
sorry, I think it was a reply.
That one?
I think it was a reply.
Invited you to view. Okay. So here now we can see the signature that has been sent to us. The reason why it shows this as a title because it's not a real, or if it was an actual document, it will show the actual title of the document like that. And here you see, you will not see review and sign. So if you're the one signing, you just click here and sign here. Yeah, so here we have it. You just go to the part where you're supposed to sign, and then this is the review part. You'll sign. See the boxes are imputed. You can sign it here. You can sign by using your name, and then just signing it like that. Then when you finish signing, you click on next. I need to put my signature because let me put my name again just for a second. I'm to start drawing it. Then you continue. Then I agree to be legally bound by this document. I agree. So you can say, thank you for submitting your signature. Then the person that has sent the signature to you is going to see it that you have submitted the signature. So let's reload this. Sorry, hold on.
Hello.
She's muted. We can hear her.
Okay.
Hello, madam. You are muted. We can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
I
now
You
was
are
we can
talking to
hear
muted.
you.
myself. I didn't know my mouse has. Hey, God. Oh. Okay, but you guys can still see my screen now, Shay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so they're making changes to Dropbox. They said the signature tab is going away on May 29. You'll still be able to track signature on Dropbox, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. So under here now, you can see pending signature. You can see pending your signature. That means if you were the one that was supposed to sign, it will show under pending your signature. And then here you see signed signature. Then here you see decline. Maybe you sent a document to somebody to sign and they declined this. You can do this thing. You see it here. Then you see cancelled. For under signed, if I click on sign, it's to show you the one that I just signed now. So you can see this is Africa, whatever that I just signed now is under the signed one. So yeah, that is that about the sign. So if I wanted to sign myself, I will just click on sign myself and then say maybe this is the document I want to sign. This one. Somebody is drawing on my screen. Claudia, yeah, you are clicking on, you are clicking on, there's something you're clicking on. It's called, I've forgotten the name, but you're sure drawing on my screen. So here I said this is the document I want to sign. I will click it and choose it. Annotation. You pressed, you're clicking on annotation. That's why it's drawing on the screen. Is that annotation? I think that is the word. We are going to talk about Zoom as well later in the class because you guys are going to be using Zoom a lot because of your remote work. So if I wanted to sign this myself, you can see that it automatically brought out my saved signature. So if you have your saved signature, it will bring it out for you to insert. Or if you don't have and you want to type another signature afresh or draw another signature afresh, you can simply draw it like this. Know what I'm doing? And simply draw it and then you insert. If you want to type it, you click on type and just type your name. And when you finish typing, you insert. You can change your font to the one that you want. And then when you're done, you just insert your signature like this. So you can see it here now. You can see it. Can you see it? It's small.
Yeah.
But you can make it bigger. You can make it bigger to be more legible. So you can just click and hold and drag to make it bigger, right? So yeah, that's how to sign. Then you can as well draw your signature or whatever. When you're done, you will save. So that's how to sign. Okay, moving on. I want us to finish with this Dropbox at least today so that next week we'll next week we need to move. We need to move. We cannot do knowledge management next week. If not, we're not going to make it by the end of the month. We cannot make it. I think by next week we need to start on Friday. We need to start on Friday. next week so that we can do 3 days. So yeah, that's how to sign. Then you already know what create is, you know what upload is. Create folder, get the app. If you want to get the app on your mobile or something like that, you can get it. Now here, like I said, this is a workspace. This thing is called workspace, right? Because your organization is, your organization is using it and your team members are using it. So it's called workspace. If you want to add new team members, this is where you invite them through email and then you give them access to your Dropbox workspace. Or you can click to upgrade. This is a free version. If I click to upgrade, it will bring out the pricing list and then you can upgrade. You can see that if you want the pro version, it starts from $9 per month or $16 per month or standard. So for standard now, you can, for this plus, I don't know how many team members you can add. You can add only one user. But for professional, you can add, you still have one user, but more storage space. For standard, you can have 3 users. So if you have a company and you want to add more than 3 users, more than 3 people to your workspace, you need to either use standard or advanced. So that is that about upgrading. So here you have your share selected, or if I want to share anything, all you need to do is click and hold. The same way it works in Google Drive is the same way it works here. Just a little bit of difference, but just added functionalities, nothing much. If I click on all files, you see all the files that you have. Just like when you click on Drive, you see everything available to you. The same thing here. If I click on photos, it will bring out only photos. Then shared, when I say shared is the items that have been shared with you, just like, just like Google Drive, exactly, just like Google Drive. Their signatures, you'll see all your signatures, file requests. So just like Google Drive, you can also request, although on Google Drive, you may not be able to request access inside the listing. You can only request access outside the platform. But here, you can request access. Like maybe I need you to give me access to a particular file. I can come here and file request for that file. That is what it means. Then deleted items, just like your trash. Then your start document, your untitled document, blah, blah, blah. Same thing. Here you have your folders, then you have the activities, then you have more. Who can tell me where we saw this ... and what it meant?
The ... is for Google Tools.
Yeah, exactly. So what that means is that if we click here, we'll also see Dropbox tools, right? That's what it means. So you can see that it has similar, in fact, the interface is almost similar with Google Drive, and every other function is similar to Google Drive, just some other little things. So you have your Dropbox, you have your Dash, you have your Replay, you have your Doc Sign, you have your Sign Backup, and other products. This you may have to upgrade to get access to it. So that is what it means. Let's not waste time there. So that's it. Then here you have your desktop view. Then what is this? Hide sidebar or show sidebar. So that's basically what Google Dropbox is about. So if somebody says, oh, do you know how to use Dropbox? Just know that this is what they're talking about. And then it has the same functionality with Google Drive. Do we have any questions? Here you have your account settings, you have your manage account, automations, all the automations you've created, install desktop app, your theme. If you want to change it to dark mode, or you can log out of your account and stuff like that, just your normal regular settings. Do we have any questions?
I don't.
Hey, are you sure?
The explanation is clear. Now the problem is the practical part of it.
I like that. Very important. You can just open an account on Dropbox. Let me send it to the group. You can open your own personal account with Dropbox. You can say you may add somebody there, or you may add your team members or somebody in the group, and you guys can just collaborate and do stuff just to practice. That's all. So let me send it to the group. Okay, so the assignment for today is for you to research on Folderit. Folderit is so simple. It doesn't even have a lot of features the way Dropbox has. So I want you to research on Folderit and ZodoSign. ZodoSign is otherwise known as EverSign. So if you go to Google and you type ZodoSign and it does not come out, it means that it used to be ZodoSign, but they've changed it to EverSign. They've changed their name to EverSign. Let me see if I'll find it. This is it. This one here. So you can just, it's used for document signing, preparing agreements, preparing official documents, sending official document for people to sign, and blah, blah, blah. That is basically what it's used. So you know how Dropbox, you have the sign aspect of Dropbox. ZodoSign is basically for signing and preparing documents. So that's what it is. So you can explore it. So that when we come back next week, we're not going to bother with file collaboration tools. We're going to move on to other things. We're going to move on to something else because we have a lot to cover. So the assignment again is to research on Folderit, understand how it works, the features, and then research on ZodoSign. So by next week, we're going to start with media sharing softwares and then proceed to the rest of the training. All right, people, in the absence of any questions, of course, the group is always open for interactions. I expect that we should keep that group lively and interact with that group. So maybe in the course of going over the class, you have any questions, remember, you can always come to the group. Don't be shy to ask any question. There's no question, there's a stupid question. Just bring it to the group and we'll tackle it there.
Okay, madam.
All right, people of God, I will see you guys next week. Wishing you a wonderful week ahead, full of good things.
Thank you very much. Same to you, madam.
A better one to you.
All right, thank you. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.